I am on my way to the back country. I've got the kayak back there. Let's go kayaking. This looks interesting.
This is where they launch boats. You can back it right down in.
Okay.
And this goes all the way out into Tampa Bay and Sunshine Skyway Bridge, Egmont, and all those places.
So this is all big water.
This is the big side.
Okay.
We're going to go down under the bridge and we're going to fish the back bay.
And then some other time, this is that box. Go down the end of these docks. I usually
Start off here and I'll catch a few snook. We're at low tide and we'll start catching the tide turning probably around 11. So when we first start out, you just want to kind of circle on out and work your way in a loop. You're able to pick up maybe some jacks or trout along here.
and then we're just going to play with the wind a little bit.
I'm pretty excited about it. I know you don't need help. My buddy Steve brought his Catch 130 from Pelican, and I brought the smaller Catch 110. We had the idea that pedaling was going to make kayaking and fishing a lot easier. And just like he predicted, before long, I was onto a little jack. There you go. There's a little fish. This bay here looked really fishy, which is why we decided to come here instead of the backwater at first. However, the wind started really picking up, and the back bay where we wanted to go was white capping, so we decided to pedal our way back towards the boat ramp. Fishing out here was just going to be too much work. Fortunately, this area is full of places to fish, so we just jumped in the truck and headed back over to where we originally wanted to go. This was going to be more my style anyways. All right, take two. Should be a little less windy back here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is Frog Creek. And my buddy, who doesn't live that far away from here, and fishes this spot a lot. It was nice to have a guide.
One thing I will guarantee you, you're going to like the paddle. It is beautiful down there.
It is very nice. A lot of structure. It looks very fishy.
Oh, there's some big freaking fish out here. There's tarpon, bass, reds,
Bass.
snook, yeah. It's all bracket water.
Well, we still had a little bit of wind pushing against us and some current, but with the prospect of a lot of fish in this creek, I fished my face off. Tossed and tossed and tossed, and I felt I had some really good casts, but I was coming up short. Still, it was a gorgeous place, so if nothing else, I was getting in some really nice paddle time. I was definitely seeing some foliage on the banks that I'm not used to seeing, indicating that it's a little fresher than I'm used to. There was also banks where it looked like alligators might get in and out. Nonetheless, I was thinking about hijinks. This looks like a cool tree to jump out of. If you have the nerve to climb up there. Steve and I fished and fished and fished, and were greeted again and again with these scenes that looked like Jurassic Park. Definitely looks like what Florida must have been like hundreds of years ago. Yeah. That is one heck of a tree. As we continued along, it would get a little bit saltier, with more prospects of snook and fish in general, but it was definitely going to be more difficult to cast. At one point, I got a little brave and was rewarded by a fish coming up and taking a swipe at it. I saw the flash under the surface, and my hopes started going up. Oh boy, saw a fish. The tide dragged me right up to that spot though, and I think I scared those fish away. So Steve and I continued, and we just enjoyed the beautiful paddle. Every once in a while, taking a risky cast. Again, I thought I was doing pretty good. So many good casts. But fish just weren't there. This looks like a real fishy spot, but I think I've made enough of noise to scare every fish in here away. One more cast. Yep. And I'm in the tree. Should have left well enough alone. Well, we wound up both doing quite a bit of squirrel fishing. But Steve was the first person to actually get a fish back here. It was a nice one. Would you look at that? Nice fish.
On the Marty lure.
Look at that mouth. Face only a mother would love.
No, I love it too. All right, little buddy. Today we will hold you. We will not go backward with our hands so we don't drown you. What a nice little fish, huh? I told you they were in here.
Yep. I didn't think you were a liar. Well, yeah, I did.
Come on, little buddy. Your gills are... There we go. Oh. All right.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I also managed to hook me. I had the tarpon on one end and the hook in my pocket on the other.
You are a special kind of talent, I tell you.
Dead ass natural, right? Jeez.
I see a bird over here on the right. See little ripples in front of him. Anytime I'm looking for fish, looking for birds is a good way to find them. Those birds hang out there because they know there's a lot of bait. I was confident there was fish here, but before long I heard Steve screaming again, so I went to see what was up. This time he was onto a snook. Sweet.
Once again on the Marty lure.
Yeah. Beautiful. Pristine fish. Steve caught that fish with a lure that he bought at my place. He's caught a lot of fish with that lure, and he's come to call it the Marty lure.
Anybody who doesn't own a Marty lure, you better order them fast. Because I'll go up and clean them out. You gave away my secret color. Yeah, pretty fish.
Very, very neat.
All right. Ooh. Ow, 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 ow. All right, buddy.
Wow. Ready to go back, are you?
Just about. Yeah. This is about the size they run in here. And then once in a while, there's a big hummer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've had guys tell me they've got 40, 45 inches out here. All right, buddy.
They're pretty smart, though, those big ones.
Well, that's why they're 45 inches.
Yeah. These guys like to play a lot more.
Huh.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. It's awful nice of you. It's good. Get you all riled up. It'd be nice if you could just put your finger in the water and have them come up and bite your fingers.
Come on, buddy. What the?
Yeah, we're up in the trees now.
Wonder if I just jetted him if he doesn't act right.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes. Okay.
He was just enjoying the taste of your fingers.
Yeah.
All right, that was pretty cool. I give myself credit because I saw birds and I knew that there were fish here. Isn't that funny? You catch the fish and I take the credit.
Now, if I remember correctly, I told you in the past there's snook and tarpon in this fruit.
Yes, you told me.
Today we produced the fruit.
Well, not only were there fish in this place, but there were also plenty of these tunnels. And this was one of the nicest I'd ever seen. God, it's so nice and quiet in here. There were really long roots coming out of the mangroves. It looked like a place you could easily get lost. How we doing, Dad? I thought I lost you for a second.
Oh, no.
All right, we continue. As tight as this place was, there was still plenty of water. Most of the time. A little bit shallow. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Up, and nope. It's just shallow, that's all.
I guess.
Yes, it is. It's nice to not have to pull that drive out, though. There we go. Back underway. Pretty cool. I think this skunk ape took my buddy. Even skunk apes need somebody to love, I guess. Oh no, I hear him. He's still alive.
Right through the Mangrove Tunnel.
There's fish in there sometimes. Ooh! Got a big stick fish.
Right. Life is good.
Tried to get me in the face. Fine, I'll just fish over here. With my batteries and my confidence level both running kind of low, I was just kind of playing at this point, thinking about a place to turn around and head back. This looked like a good place to sit for a minute before we headed back. Might want to take the drive out. But I was really happy that I at least had the opportunity to get out and do some great paddling today. Is that a cool little spot? Very nice. Yeah, it is a nice place back here to get away from people. This is nice. I can stand to get away from people every once in a while. Every once in a while. Yeah, so I guess I'll leave this adventure here, and thank you guys for coming along. It's been a fun trip, a fun escape. I thank my buddy there for dragging me out of the house, as it were. I think I could use a little bit more of this. It's good for you. You know, anybody out there who hasn't done it, paddling is very therapeutic. And it's a lot cheaper than the traditional therapy. Yes. I will have to come back to this place again. No doubt.